All right, I understand there's a disagreement there, but I just wanted to get your answer. Okay, you've got this beautiful dog. You even said it looks like it's getting a little bit better. Why would you want to give it back?
I decided to purchase a pit bull puppy from him, Your Honor, a female, which I named Sheba. As you can see in Exhibit A, Your Honor, is the invoice I paid Mr. Hambrick for the puppy. I went to Mr. Hambrick's home to pick her up. When I did pick her up from his kennel, I did see a small, I guess you can call it maybe a scab, Your Honor, on the top of her head. I pointed it out to Mr. Hambrick. He said it was okay, just get her home, give her a bath, it'll be fine. Your Honor, later, that turned into a severe rash because it began to spread throughout her body, Your Honor. I did contact Mr. Hambrick. He did take my call. I explained to him what was going on with Sheba. The rash still continued, Your Honor. It even spread even more. Therefore, I sought out a veterinarian. My first visit was June 24th. I purchased the dog on May 15th. So unexpectedly, this happened within a month's time. The first veterinarian, she did take a biopsy of Sheba's skin.
Did the vet state that the dog was born with this condition?
The first veterinarian, Your Honor, said that it was passed. This looks like a generational issue, and that it was passed from her, I guess her mom and dad. Thereafter, seeking the first opinion, I decided to take her to a different veterinarian to find out what the problem was. I took her there on September 1st, Your Honor. They gave me more antibiotics. Sheba did get better. Her skin has gotten a little better. She's been on medicine for the last 30 days, Your Honor. Also, I have to shampoo her with medicated shampoo twice a week. It has gotten a little better, but it's still there. Sheba also has an odor to her as well because of this condition.
Glad she's getting better. And now let me hear from you, Nigel.
Your Honor, the pup that Mr. Dunny has is from a guy that bought a pup from me years ago, and he stuck with the program. He did everything I told him to do, build the accolades up on the dog, and he came back to me to breed from New Jersey. He drove from New Jersey to Georgia to breed back to my male. So I don't even own that litter. The litter belongs to someone else. And financially, he could take care of that dog. So I spoke to Mr. Dunny when he got in contact with me. I told him what the situation was. He told me he was looking for a nice pet. Him and his wife came to my house to see the pet as well as the other dogs. The skin condition, he did say something to me about that. And I told him more than likely, I didn't know what that was. It was a mark on the forehead. It wasn't nothing major.
Did you guys talk about the rash when he came to pick it up for the very first time? When he purchased the dog, was there a discussion then, that day, May 15th, I think it was, about the dog having a rash?
No, Your Honor, that's incorrect. He just said a second ago that we did discuss the rash on her head, and when you asked him, he said no.
Nigel, the day that he purchased the dog, that he picked it up for the very first time that he saw the dog in person, was there a discussion that day about the rash on the dog's head?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. All right, I understand there's a disagreement there, but I just wanted to get your answer. Okay, you've got this beautiful dog. You even said it looks like it's getting a little bit better. Why would you want to give it back?
Something like this was unexpected. I spent over $900 in veterinarian bills. As you can see, was submitted to the court.
Let me ask Nigel, why wouldn't you just take the dog back? I see how emotional you get, which is a nice, I mean, I don't want you to have to be upset, but I like to see that you care that much about the dog. Why wouldn't you just take the dog back?
Because I didn't, again, I'm not the breeder of that litter. The money went to a guy in Jersey, which that's right. And he never got in contact with the breeder when all this stuff was going on. So that was the other issue. As soon as he said something about it, I contacted the breeder. I gave Mr. Dunny the phone number so he could get in contact with the breeder.
He did not give me the number to the breeder, the telephone number. I do not have that telephone number, Your Honor. I would have submitted that in text message. He did not give it to me. Not only that, Your Honor, I paid Mr. Hambrick. That's who I paid. That's who I spoke to. That's who I have the receipt from, stating that I purchased it from Mr. Hambrick.
I understand.
The breeder name is on his paperwork. The dogs are registered. I explained him who the breeder was between him and his wife.
So I think you both went into this with good intentions. I don't think either of you are crooks here, but there is a real disagreement. And the disagreement is based on something that neither of you know as a fact. If there is a conflict over whether or not the dog that was purchased was defective in the beginning, the way the buyer, what the buyer has to do, if you're claiming you were sold a defective dog and therefore you want your money back, you want to give back the dog, the law states that you have to get a certified letter from a veterinarian at the time where the veterinarian states that this dog was sick at the purchase. But I don't see, as of yet, that there is the definitive statement that the dog was born with this condition. I understand it's possible that it was. It's bad luck, and it's clearly costing you money. I get that. But that is the risk anyone takes, particularly if they're buying a living thing. So I understand what you're saying, Donnie, but I don't have what the law requires, a clear, certified statement from a vet that when you purchased that dog, at that moment, the dog was already sick. And based on that, I've dismissed the case.